and try and end the war, I simply note that Putin on Palm Sunday launched a barrage of missiles, killed a bunch of civilians. Right before his conversation with Trump recently, he launched a bunch of missiles, killed a bunch of civilians. So clearly, Putin is giving the middle finger to you and to the president. I urge you to defeat Putin on the battlefield. That's the only way to get him to the negotiating table. I yield back.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So yes, you heard it straight from the horse's mouth right there, folks. The Democratic Party is now, and they have been for a while, but now they're open with their admittance of, we are the party of war. We want World War III. We want to destroy the entire, we want to burn everything to the freaking ground, and we're not scared to say it, folks. You gotta love these interactions. I'm loving these. I'm enjoying doing these. I hope you guys are enjoying doing these. How are y'all guys doing today? I hope y'all are having a pretty good day. Y'all don't forget to smash that like button for me. Subscribe if you're new around here for more of these interactions. Share this video anywhere and everywhere you can. And if you would be so inclined, I would greatly appreciate if you would look right below the video and click that join button. Sign up, become a member, help me deliver the news to you guys, deliver these interactions to you guys, because we go ahead, we analyze these, we break these down, and we look at all the political theater of Congress, and we go over the news, we go over the manipulations and everything. So y'all make sure and tune in, turn on, and let's get it, folks.
And so in the 1970s, we transferred enormous, sophisticated weapons to him. In 1979, the Shah was deposed, and all those weapons were in the hands of the Ayatollah. Today, MBS wants a nuclear weapon. But he says what he wants is a nuclear cooperation agreement. Well, we have a nuclear cooperation agreement with the United Arab Emirates and Turkey and Morocco that all provide for a gold standard of safety. Can you assure us that you will not enter into a nuclear cooperation agreement with Saudi Arabia that does not have that same gold standard of security to make sure they're not building a nuclear weapon?
Well, first I will tell you that there has been no conversation about entering into one. For example, during the recent trip.
Can you? I've got limited time.
I can't. So here's the thing. I can
Sir,
tell you.
Either give me a yes, give me a no.
Well, I'm going to give you my answer if you want my answer.
I want a yes
this is not
or
a
no.
game show.
Reclaiming my time.
Well, reclaim your time, but it's not a game show. I get to answer. These are complex questions. Let me answer.
Mr. Secretary, I'm reclaiming my time. The filibustering takes place in the Senate, not here.
I'm not filibustering. I'm trying to answer your question.
You're trying. Let's go on to the next question.
Sorry, I just got to interject right quick. Anytime you hear them talking about reclaiming my time, that means whoever's testifying, that means shut up. Right now, shut up, because I don't like what's about to come out of your mouth. It's guaranteed, folks. But let's keep going.
With regard to Iran, can you assure us that you will continue sanctions on Iran until they verifiably agree to abandon all enrichment? That's a yes or no question.
No, it's not.
Well, can you give me a yes or no, or should I go on to the next question?
We believe that Iran should not be allowed to enrich uranium. Correct.
You believe that it should? Yeah,
we believe that an acceptable deal with Iran is one in which they cannot enrich, because if they can enrich, they can weaponize.
I know why we don't want. I asked you, will we agree? Will we continue the sanctions until they verifiably agree to get rid of?
Oh, you have no worry about us. The worry was the previous administration. This administration has been.
Your refusal to give me an answer is loud and clear.
No,
reclaiming my time. Mr. Chair, you told us about all these wonderful business deals that were announced in the Middle East. It's reminiscent of the first year of the first term of Donald Trump, where he announced a $10 billion investment by Foxconn in Wisconsin. It is still an empty field. I am sure that the only deals announced in the Middle East that will actually happen were the bribery deals, the $400 million plane and the $2 billion Abu Dhabi will put into the cryptocurrency sponsored by Mr. Trump.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys are getting a whiff of what's going on right here, but this is all performative, folks. This is all political theater. But what these lame-brained congressmen don't seem to realize is they are destroying the Democratic Party currently. Just look at the polls, if you will. But you know how I can tell this is political theater? This next clip.
We next focus on on USAID. Musk gutted it. He said no one died as a result. Do you agree that no one has died yet as a result of the chainsawing of USAID? Yes or no?
I'm sorry, the question is, has anyone what?
Has anyone in the world died because of what Elon Musk did?
Listen.
Yes or no, reclaiming my time. If you won't answer, that's a loud answer.
No one has died because of USAID.
The people who have died as a result of cutting off the oxygen of a woman in Burma and denying HIV/AIDS treatment to those in Africa. They are dead now at the hands of Elon Musk and his co-conspirators.
Chair now recognizes Representative Wilson from.
That's right, folks. These people are so deranged with Donald Trump and Elon Musk. They're going to blame everything that they possibly can, right? Get this, folks, that because we're doing some spending cuts because we find, hey, there's some malfeasance going on over here. There's some programs that we probably shouldn't be paying for. Hang on just a second. They haven't shut off any life-saving aid. But what do? Because people don't know, because of how the corporate press is spinning everything, because people don't read the news these days. And this is why I cover the news. This is why we go over the news. I read the news all the time. I started doing these interactions because they're fun. But this is why, folks, because people don't know that the Trump administration never paused any of that life-saving aid that would save these people's lives. He just wants to put this out there, blaming cuts to our spending, our tax dollars. Where are these people's governments, right? They're blaming AIDS epidemics on Elon Musk and Donald Trump, for crying out loud. This is how you know this is all performative. This is all for show. None of this is serious. None of this is meant to actually address the issue that is going on in these foreign countries. They have not shut off any of that foreign aid. It is flabbergasting, just outright flabbergasting that these people, they get up there, they showboat, they grandstand, and it's all political theater, folks. It is all meant to try to build up this hatred of Donald Trump, and we've seen that outright over the past several months. But I've got another interaction for you guys, and then I got some news too if y'all want to stick around and we'll read some news. But check this out, y'all.
Vladimir Putin was a war criminal. Now you're unmaking him a war criminal, and you won't answer the question about the exact same circumstances.
You're putting words in my mouth.
I'm reclaiming my time, sir.
You're putting words in my mouth.
And you know what you said to Secretary Tillerson at the end of his answer when he equivocated just as you are right now?
I'm not equivocated.
You said,
you just don't let me
sure
answer.
Sounds like it to me. Then I'll give you a second chance. Is Vladimir
you never gave me a
Putin
first
a
chance.
war criminal?
I already told you war crimes have been committed.
No, you didn't tell me if he's a war criminal.
Mr. Chairman, am I allowed to answer questions?
I'm reclaiming my time, sir. And listen, I'm
you
using
keep
your own
reclaiming
words so you don't have to answer. Do you know what you said to then nominee Secretary of State Tillerson? You said you were very discouraged in his inability to accept that Putin was indeed a war criminal. Your words, we don't need any more. You're inconsistent. The third question I have, sir, is this.
I answered your question. You just don't let me answer.
You did not answer the question about Putin's
Well, you
war
keep
criminal
reclaiming your
conduct
time.
in Ukraine.
You ask me a question, then you reclaim your time. So how can I answer
You
the
answered
question?
it. Listen, let me go forward with this. 3 questions. And I'm
Are you
being
going to
pretty
reclaim
clear to
time
you.
on those two?
I'm giving you a chance to answer. Give me a chance to ask the question. Here it is. So there's a concern among these allies that we've had, our closest allies, about the one-sidedness of the negotiations with Russia and Ukraine.
Gentlemen's
Regular
time has
order.
expired. Secretary Rubio, if you.
Folks, I simply love how Marco Rubio is handling himself in these committee hearings. It's just absolutely freaking great. He is putting these people in their place, if you will. He knows, right? He's been in the Senate for a very long time, for a pretty good while. He's been a senator. He knows how the game is played, so he knows how to push back and push these people's buttons and make them run themselves out of time. But what I love the absolute most is that congressman is about to get absolutely bodied from the chairman. Check this out.
I'd like to respond by all means.
Can I reclaim my time for a few seconds? Thank you. Number one, crimes have been committed in the war on Ukraine, and there will be accountability for that. But our goal right now is to end that war, because let me tell you, every single day that war goes on, more people are killed, more people are maimed, and frankly, more war crimes are being committed every day that the war lasts. Number one. Number two, I don't know how European allies could say that. I talk to European allies literally every single day. I see or talk to the foreign minister of the UK and France and Germany more than I see or talk to my own kids in some days.
Chairman,
So these are all
I'm
false
reclaiming my
statements.
time now.
You have no time.
Because
You're not
you've given him
recognized, Mr.
time,
Keating.
and I ask unanimous
You're not recognized,
consent.
Mr. Keating.
Chairman,
You're not recognized.
I'm asking for unanimous consent to
Mr.
put in
Keating,
the record.
you're not recognized. The
I
Secretary
am
is speaking.
asking unanimous consent to put in the record
Mr. Keating, you're not
the
recognized.
op-ed Oh, so you're not going to recognize, Mr. Chairman?
Not
point of order.
recognized in this
Anyone
moment.
that asks unanimous consent to put in for the record a document,
Keating,
you're not allowing
you
that?
are not recognized right now. Your time expired. You might have a minute and a few. Mr. Secretary, please continue.
The last point is our goal is to end this war. We have to be able to talk to both
Point of
sides
order,
in order to do
Mr.
it.
Chairman.
In order to be, we have to end this.
My
conflict.
time is answered. His time answering my question ended too. It's the next person's time. That's the rules in this committee.
Mr.
When you
Secretary,
won't even
please
let a
continue.
person enter into the record something from our ambassador till recently from Ukraine, Ambassador Brink,
Mr.
who
Keating
resigned
should-
because of the conduct
Keating,
of
you
this
should keep a
administration
better eye of the clock
after
right in front
30
of you.
years of service, sir.
You should keep a better eye of the clock in front of you. Your time expired. Continue.
Our goal is to end this war so more people don't die. And by the way, we want all those kids returned back to their homes that were kidnapped from their parents. We just want people to stop dying. Every day this war goes on, people die, things are destroyed, and lives are ruined. And we want it to stop.
Thank you, Secretary Rubio. Did you have something you want to submit for unanimous consent?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Now would be your opportunity.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, you gotta love it, folks. You got to love that. The guy could not handle Marco Rubio actually answering the question, and he's going to go off talking about, I'm reclaiming my time. His time done ran out minutes ago, and he's like, I'm reclaiming my time. I want unanimous consent to enter in an op-ed of all things, right? This is something I've noticed. I've watched a lot of these committee hearings. These people never enter into the record facts. They don't. It's always, news articles or an op-ed or something like that. That's what they enter into the record. So once again, these people, they don't bring facts and logic to these committee hearings. All they do is bring emotions and opinions. That's it, folks. And you got to love how they get destroyed by facts and logic just on a daily basis, just blatantly and outright. Could not handle the answer. Kept interrupting. I'm reclaiming my time. His time ran out a long time ago. You gotta love that. Like, I'm just soaking that stuff right on up, folks, like with a biscuit. I ain't gonna lie about that. But look, check this out. We're gonna get into some news, and I'm glad they were discussing Vladimir Putin and the Ukraine war that's going on right now, because we just had a little bit of spat back and forth between the former president of Russia. I forget his name right off, but we're about to get into it. It's a Russian name, so I have this problem. I forget Russian names. I don't forget Putin for some reason, maybe because it's funny if you're a child, but, it is what it is. Check this out, y'all. Former Russian president threatens Trump with World War III after Putin criticism. Yeah, so in case you didn't know, Donald Trump said Putin is acting recklessly, which, as a matter of fact, he is. And I'm really surprised that Putin has not come to the negotiating table as of yet, like serious negotiations. Sure, they had some ceasefire that they kind of were talking a little bit while back, but there's some fascinating information in this thing, so let's go ahead and get into it. Enough of my rambling, right? Check this out. A former Russian president has threatened World War III after Donald Trump criticized Vladimir Putin for his actions in Ukraine. The U.S. branded the comments by the often inflammatory Dmitry Medvedev, that's his name, reckless, as the war of the words between the two global powers continues to ramp up. However, diplomatic efforts appear to be ongoing despite the public clashes. In a rare move, U.S. embassy officials were seen attending a security meeting in Moscow on Wednesday. That is right. The latest tit for tat began at the weekend when Trump called the Russian leader crazy following an airstrike on Kyiv. He doubled down on the criticism on Tuesday in a post on Truth Social. What Vladimir Putin doesn't realize is that if it weren't for me, lots of really bad things would have already happened to Russia. And I mean really bad. He's playing with fire. Yeah, I'm not going to... He is. I agree with Trump on that one, wholeheartedly on that. He's playing with fire, especially messing around with Donald Trump. Donald Trump is not one to be messed around with. And this is kind of the scary part when it comes to Trump, right? Because he's got a gigantic ego, folks. And, if you bruise that ego, you try to chip away at that ego, he's got the nuclear codes, y'all. That's a genuine fear that you hear from the left all the time, right? But it's a genuine fear. Now, they overplay it. They definitely oversell that for sure. But it's always lingering in the background. That's what makes him such a good negotiator, folks. Medvedev, who served as Russian president from 2008 to 2012, and is now a top security official, flipped Trump's remarks, writing, "I only know of one really bad thing, World War III. I hope Trump understands this." Trump's special envoy to Ukraine, Keith Kellogg, then weighed into the row. "Stoking fears of World War III is an unfortunate, reckless comment by @Medvedev Russian E, and unfitting of a world power," he wrote on X. "President Trump at POTUS is working to stop this and end the killing. We await receipt of RU memorandum term sheet." That's the term sheet. I know it sounds. I feel like Biden when I do those things, but I read it out just because it's there. "That you promised a week ago. Cease fire now." Yeah, they really need to stop. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie about that. The sighting of 2 U.S. officials from the embassy in Moscow at an international security forum in the Russian capital is notable, as it marks the first time an American delegation has attended such an event since before Putin's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. So what does that tell you, folks? Not a single delegation from the United States ever attempted to go to Russia to try to talk Putin out of this war after it started, right? That's what that says. There has not been a delegation to Russia since Putin's invasion of Ukraine. That is insane. And once again, folks, the United States, we're supposed to be the global hegemony, right? We're supposed to be the superpower. We're supposed to be the peace bringers. That's what we're supposed to be, but we're not. We always bring more. And as we all know now, that the Democratic Party is the party of war. That's what these people want. They are the party of the military-industrial complex. They are the party of censorship. They are the party of far left-wing, ideologically driven, spending your tax dollars all over the freaking world. And it is proven at this point with the Doge coming in, doing their thing, Trump coming back into office. Like, all this was going on, by the way, when Donald Trump was in office, right? All this spending and nonsense, right? It took Donald Trump. This is why I always say it was a good thing Donald Trump lost in 2020. Otherwise, we might not be getting what we are getting right now, folks. That's almost a guarantee we would not be getting the level of taking back our country from the grips of the damn Democratic establishment, folks. Taking that back from the elites and giving it back to the people. At least that's how I see it, y'all. That is definitely how I see it. These people need to sow peace around the world, but instead, what does the Democratic Party do? We're not even going to send a delegation for peace talks, for ceasefire, anything. What did they want? And what are we still getting, right? Like, you saw those interactions earlier. What they want from Marco Rubio is a promise that we're going to continue shipping weapons to Ukraine. Yeah, that's what they want.
I urge you to defeat Putin on the battlefield. That's the only way to get him to the negotiating table.
That's not what they're going to get. That's not what you're going to get with Donald Trump. You're going to get peace negotiations, right? Now, it's incumbent upon Vladimir Putin and Zelensky to actually come to the table and start discussing. But what Donald Trump is doing, he's trying to bully these people, literally, into getting them to the negotiating table. He's tried playing nice, and now he's starting to ramp up the rhetoric a little bit to try to put some more pressure on these people, to try to get them to sit down, shut up. Oh, not shut up, but calm down, stop acting like petulant children over here, and let's negotiate some peace. That's all we want, folks, and that's not what we're getting from the Democratic Party. What do you think would be happening right now if Kamala Harris would have won the president? Holy freaking moly. We would be, I don't know where the hell we would be, right? We would not have all this information. We would not have all the Doge cuts, which, speaking of Doge cuts, that's my next video. We're finally getting the Doge cuts, folks. That's all I'm going to say on that. However, on this one, I am done with this one. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Y'all don't forget to smash that like button for me. I really, really appreciate that, y'all. Share this video anywhere and everywhere you can. Like I said, subscribe if you could, and if you'd be so inclined, smash that join button, sign up, become a member. Help me deliver that news to you guys so I can give you the best content I could possibly give you. But that's all I got on this one. I want y'all to let me know what y'all think about all of this down in the comment section. Y'all make sure and fill that comment section up. But I want to thank everybody for watching, and y'all try to have a good day. Stay legitical. Peace.